Welcome back to our channel, and thank you for tuning in and thank you for supporting us. But if you are new to this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please encourage us by doing so that we can bring you the latest news as they come. And together we shall work with our great leader, µÀKÀN, IPOB, and Eastern Security Network to make our Biafran dream a reality and pull the Fulani Janjaweed to shame. He said, the impostor Buhari has been traveling all over the globe in his fruitless search for Fulani agenda support from world leaders. You know, his journey has been fruitless. And African leaders have compounded the Fulani problems. They have warned him to let µÀKÀN go unconditionally. The South African leaders told him that was what happened in South Africa, that the apartheid government had to allow Nelson Mandela go unconditionally. That Buhari must do the same thing before Biafrans and IPOB locks down the zoo called Nigeria. And the African leaders warned the Fulani Nigerian government that Biafrans have the capacity to do so because they control the economy of the zoo called Nigeria. That without Biafra, Nigeria is doomed. Nigeria is just a carcass without Biafrans. That was why the terrorist Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, had to beg and said that all option is on the ground, that they want to dialogue with µΑKΑN. But the way they want to dialogue, they want to keep him in their filthy DSS facility and be dialoguing outside. That is not how it works. No dialogue can take place in such kind of condition. The only person that will lead that dialogue is the same µΑKΑN. He's the only one. No other person can lead it. You know, according to reports, the Fulani Janjaweed impostor, Buhari, he left Paris, France on Saturday for South Africa, where he went to attend a trade fair, just a common trade fair. It has gotten to that level. After being shamed in Scotland, he was also shamed in Paris, France, because the Fulani Janjaweed did not get the support they wanted from the world leaders. Rather, they are being bashed left, right, and center. Even their African counterparts are warning them. You know, according to the report, they say Buhari will join other African leaders at the trade fair in South Africa. Just a trade fair, common trade fair. Running everywhere, shopping for support. And no one is ready to support a terrorist. A terrorist that has been terrorizing Nigerians and Biafrans, using their military, the terrorists in military uniform, to cause problems. That is what they are doing. But they have failed because Biafrans are no pushover. They are no pushover. Also, IPOB has described the adjournment of µAKAN's case to January next year by Justice Binta Nyako as biased and whimsical. According to IPOB, the judge is mischievous and cannot be trusted with justice for having court proceedings without the presence of µAKAN's legal team in the courtroom on Wednesday. IPOB also stated that it was obvious that Justice Yanko was dancing to the tune of the Fulani Nigerian government and the nation's criminal DSS, which wanted a secret trial for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. IPOB revealed this in a statement by its media and publicity secretary, Imam Powerful, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's trial before the Federal High Court Abuja was adjourned to 19th January 2022 after his legal representatives were locked out of the courtroom, an action that has been met with wide condemnation. Even the international community are condemning that act. They said that it is against its fundamental human rights. And that is why the the Minister of Justice and the National Security Advisor are crying foul that now IPOB are receiving sympathy from world leaders. According to IPOB statement, it reads, "We, the global movement and family of IPOB, unequivocally condemn the attitude of Justice Binta Yanko over the way she is handling the case of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, before her court." IPOB said that they are most shocked at Binta Yanko's obvious prejudice and bias during the last court proceeding, which resulted in her whimsical adjournment of the case to January 19 and 20th, 2022. Justice Binta Yanko is engaging in a judicial rascality and impunity at the behest of the Fulani Nigerian government, aimed at keeping our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in perpetual detention without trial. This rascality only portrays that Binta Yanko is simply playing the script handed over to her by the Fulani Caliphate, of which she belongs to. IPOB wish to express their displeasure with Justice Binta Yanko's handling of this case. How can a judge put a defendant on trial without legal representation? How? It is only in the zoo called Nigeria, with quota system judge like Binta Yanko, that can happen. Justice Binta Yanko has always wanted to conduct a secret trial of this high-profile case, which concerns the personal liberty and human rights of the accused. Her constant long adjournments, her open bias and willingness to do the bidding of the criminal DSS has seriously eroded the confidence of the accused on the neutrality of the judge in handling the case. Justice Binta Yanko has given all Biafrans and the international community sufficient reason and ground to doubt her ability to give justice and fair hearing to our great leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, considering her antecedents and the manner and way the judge has been going about this case. Locking out the legal representatives, including one of IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's counsel from the United States of America, Bruce Fein, from the courtroom, has only exposed Justice Binta Yanko's bias and prejudiced disposition to this case before her. IPOB are aware that Justice Yanko is working with the Fulani-controlled Nigerian DSS to humiliate our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but the world should hold her accountable for her action. But one thing the judge must understand is that IPOB is determined in their irrevocable resolve to restore Biafra. No amount of intimidation, persecution, or prejudice by the oppressor or their agents can derail IPOB marched to freedom and Biafra marched to freedom and the ultimate restoration of the sovereign state of Biafra. It is impossible for the Fulani Janjaweed to dictate to IPOB and the present generation of Biafrans. They may have done so to our fathers and elders, but cannot dictate to the present generation of Biafrans. It's not possible. Our leaders, traditional rulers, religious leaders, and political elites who are begging IPOB to soft pedal must take serious note of this travesty and the shenanigans playing out in Justice Binta Yanko's courts. IPOB patience is not infinitely elastic. It's not. You know, the Fulani, Boko Haram, and Islamic State terrorists ambushed the coward Nigerian army in Borno State and killed 4 Southern soldiers and a Middle Belt general after the terrorist Minister of Communication, Issa Petami, disclosed the locations of this Nigerian army troops to the Fulani terrorists. The impostor Buhari, who was visibly happy because of the killing, did not say anything, but his media handlers lied that he was saddened. What a deception. The coward, the Nigerian army, were rescued in Kogi State by mere hunters from Fulani terrorist ambush. This coward Nigerian army, they only show their strength when it comes to peaceful protesters and armless Biafran youth. Buhari was doing the same job that the Fulani terrorist Shegumi is currently doing by defending the Fulani terrorists. Buhari is an unrepentant terrorist. Thank you, my brothers and my sisters, for watching this video, and bye-bye for now.